Numbers chapter 16. Now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, along with Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the son of Peleth, from the descendants of Reuben, took men. And they gathered against Moses, along with some of the Israelites, 250 leaders of the congregation, chosen from the assembly, men of renown. They assembled against Moses and Aaron and said to them, You take too much upon yourselves, since the entire congregation is holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. So why do you exalt yourselves above the assembly of the Lord? When Moses heard this, he fell on his face. Then he spoke to Korah and all his company, saying, In the morning the Lord will show who belongs to him, and who is holy. He will bring him near to himself. The one he chooses, he will bring near to himself. Do this, take censers, Korah and all your company. Put fire in them and place incense on them before the Lord tomorrow. Then the man the Lord chooses will be the one who is holy. You Levites have gone too far. Moses also told Korah, Listen now, sons of Levi. Isn't it enough for you that the God of Israel has separated you from the Israelite community to bring you near to himself, to perform the work at the Lord's tabernacle, and to stand before the community to minister to them? He has brought you near, along with all your fellow Levites, but you are seeking the priesthood as well. Therefore, it is you and all your followers who have conspired against the Lord. As for Aaron, who is he that you should complain about him? Moses summoned Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, but they said, We will not come. Isn't it enough that you brought us up from a land flowing with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness? Do you also have to appoint yourself as ruler over us? Furthermore, you didn't bring us to a land flowing with milk and honey or give us an inheritance of fields and vineyards. Will you gouge out the eyes of these men? We will not come. Moses became very angry and said to the Lord, Do not respect their offering. I have not taken a single donkey from them or mistreated a single one of them. Moses said to Korah, You and your followers are to appear before the Lord tomorrow, you and they, as well as Aaron. Each of you take his firepan, place incense on it, and present his firepan before the Lord, 250 firepans. You and Aaron are to each present his firepan also. So each man took his firepan, put fire in it, placed incense on it, and stood at the entrance to the tent of meeting along with Moses and Aaron. After Korah assembled the whole community against them at the entrance to the tent of meeting, the glory of the Lord appeared to the entire community. The Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, Separate yourselves from this community so I may consume them instantly. But Moses and Aaron fell face down and said, God, God of the spirits of all flesh, when one man sins, will you vent your wrath on the whole community? The Lord replied to Moses, Tell the community, Get away from the dwellings of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. Moses got up and went to Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. He warned the community, Get away now from the tents of these wicked men. Don't touch anything that belongs to them, or you will be swept away because of all their sins. So they got away from the dwellings of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. Meanwhile, Dathan and Abiram came out and stood at the entrance of their tents with their wives, children, and infants. Then Moses said, This is how you will know that the Lord sent me to do all these things and that it was not of my own will. If these men die naturally as all people would, and suffer the fate of all, then the Lord has not sent me. But if the Lord brings about something unprecedented, and the ground opens its mouth and swallows them along with all that belongs to them so that they go down alive into Sheol, then you will know that these men have despised the Lord. Just as he finished speaking all these words, the ground beneath them split open. The earth opened its mouth and swallowed them, their households, all Korah's people, and all their possessions. They went down alive into Sheol with all that belonged to them. The earth closed over them, and they vanished from the assembly. At their cries, all the people of Israel who were around them fled because they thought, The earth may swallow us too. Fire also came out from the Lord and consumed the 250 men who were presenting the incense. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Tell Eleazar son of Aaron the priest to remove the firepans from the burning debris, because they are holy, and scatter the fire far away. As for the firepans of those who sinned at the cost of their own lives, make them into hammered sheets as plating for the altar, for they presented them before the Lord, and the firepans are holy. They will be a sign to the Israelites. So Eleazar the priest took the bronze firepans that those who were burned had presented, and they were hammered into plating for the altar, just as the Lord had directed him through Moses. It was to be a reminder to the Israelites that no unauthorized person outside the lineage of Aaron should approach to offer incense before the Lord and become like Korah and his followers. The next day the entire Israelite community complained about Moses and Aaron, saying, "You have killed the Lord's people." When the community assembled against them, Moses and Aaron turned toward the tent of meeting, and the cloud covered it, and the Lord's glory appeared. Moses and Aaron went to the front of the tent of meeting. And the Lord said to Moses, "Get away from this community so that I may consume them instantly." But they fell face down. Then Moses told Aaron, "Take your firepan, place fire from the altar in it, and add incense. Go quickly to the community and make atonement for them, because wrath has come from the Lord, the plague has begun." So Aaron took his firepan as Moses had ordered, ran into the middle of the assembly, and saw that the plague had begun among the people. After he added incense, he made atonement for the people. He stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was halted. But those who died from the plague numbered 14,700, in addition to those who died because of the Korah incident. Aaron then returned to Moses at the entrance to the tent of meeting, since the plague had been halted.